last video, I ran into a teensy bit of a Little Free Libraries problem. While I was out visiting 7 Little Free Libraries, I came across a little library that hardly had anything in it. And while I was at that Little Free Library, I got this genius idea in my head. What if I made a Little Free Library tote and I bought some books to put into it, so if I ever ran into a situation like that again, I could donate a bunch of books to the Little Free Library, and then the Little Free Library tote was born. So for today's video, I'm going to head to Target to grab a tote real quick, stop by the library because I do have some checked out items that do need to be returned, but I also want to see their used bookstore room. I also am going to stop at my local bookstore to check out their used book section. I'm going to bring everything home and do a quick haul and catalog all the books into the Libib app, so that way I know what books I have in my Little Free Library tote donation collection. And finally, I'm going to stop at 2 Little Free Libraries near me. So come along for some book shopping, hauling, cataloging, and also unhauling to 2 Little Free Libraries. Now, here's all the books that I've recently hauled. So I got this little tote at Target. It was $8, but then I also saw the cutest book when I was testing out to see if this would fit books in it, and that is this little hedgehog book, A Little Hedgehog. Look at how adorable this book is. Oh my gosh. If there is one fun fact that you need to know about me and hedgehogs, it's that at one point I had a hedgehog as a pet. I am allergic to cats, dogs, horses, whatever you name it, I'm allergic to it. The dander, the saliva, all the above. But I was not allergic to hedgehogs. And so I had a hedgehog and his name was Foosball and he was the cutest little guy and I love and miss him so much. Unfortunately, he has passed away. But when I saw this book, I could not say no. And you can bet that I will be reading this before I donate this to the Little Free Library. Because look, once again, how adorable it is. So that's what I got when I was at Target, the tote and the book. So, first up, here are these little audiobooks that I got. They are called Playaways, which is the all-in-one audiobook. This is what the box looks like. This is The Serpent's Shadow by Rick Riordan. And then you open it up on the inside, and it comes out in this little playing device. So you turn these things on and then you can set the speed, the volume, play, pause, whatever, and then you put your headphones in the headphone jack at the bottom, or you can put an aux cord and listen to it on the car ride to go. I also got Magnus Chase, which I actually enjoyed reading this book. We have book 3 in the Trials of Apollo series, The Burning Maze by Rick Riordan. And last but not least, we have Scream and Scream Again by R.L. Stine, which I think these would be super cool to find in a Little Free Library. I've never seen anything like this. I didn't even know these things existed, and I just think they're the coolest thing ever, and I know some kid is going to travel to the Little Free Library, and they're gonna be like, oh my goodness, this is so awesome. So we are gonna get started with the chapter books. I have Netflix's Stranger Things, Suspicious Minds. I love Stranger Things, so hopefully someone loves this. The next book is Kate Bryan's Last Christmas, 'Tis the Season, but also I remember loving and enjoying the Private series when I was in middle school, also shiny cover. We have The Case of the Missing Books I feel like this is another fun book to have in the mix, which is The Librarianist. I just love the cover of this. Next up, The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. I feel like this was a popular book a while ago. And lastly, we have The Library Book by Susan Orlean, which does indeed have deckled edges. For the kids' books, I got some of my favorites, and the first one being the first book in the Magic Treehouse series, which is Dinosaurs Before Dark by Mary Pope Osborne. This was my favorite book in like the first grade. We also got Pokemon Talent Show, The Bookstore Cat, Big Bird Says, a game to read and play, Monster Math, which these monsters are adorable. We got Team Batman, which is a Lego Batman book. We have I Can Read, The Good Egg, and The Talent Show, Late for the Library, Arthur's Birthday, The Snowy Day, Olive the Other Reindeer, and another good one we have There Was a Cold Lady Who Swallowed Some Snow. So that was the library book haul, which was a lot more books that I hauled than I was anticipating. And now we have my local bookstore, their used book haul. First up, we got Who Was Sitting Bull. I remember reading the Who Was It series back in, I don't know, 3rd, 4th grade, 5th grade, I don't know. I enjoyed these books, so I figured kids would love that as well. We have Nicholas Sparks. Ooh. And lastly, we have Amazing Animal Facts. And just look at this giant pufferfish. So those are the books that I hauled. Now I'm gonna catalog them into the Libib app. I've already created a collection titled Little Free Library Tote. And now let's get to scanning. Ta-da! Now that we have everything cataloged into the Libib app, also organized in my little tote right here, we have these little audiobook things off to the side, and then we have the children's board book in the front, and then we have some YA novels, and we have the adult novels, and then we have the children's books in the back. This is just so adorable. It's like my own little, it doesn't look cute from that angle, but from the top, it's like my own little mobile library. So now that we are done shopping, hauling, and cataloging, let's head out to our 2 Little Free Libraries.
Three days later.
So yes, it has been quite a few days later. I ran out of daylight, so I was not going to go hunting for these 2 Little Free Libraries in the dark. And then we had really cold temperatures in the negatives and really nasty wind chill. And then we had an ice storm. But now that the weather is 45 degrees again, we are going to be touring the 2 Little Free Libraries for this video. I just pulled up to the first one. There looks like there's quite a few books in there. So I'm going to donate one of the smaller, thinner books that I have, but maybe I can find something for myself. So let's go check it out. So I am dropping off Olive the Other Reindeer, which was one of my favorites back in the day. We're gonna drop that off, in here in the children's section. It looks like we have a good assortment of children's books in here. We even have 5-minute goodnight stories. We also have a Minion book, The 3 Little Minions, a not so nice fairy tale. And it has the finger puppets in here. That is awesome. We have some more kids' books over in here. So up top we have some mass market paperbacks and some novels. We have some Danielle Steele. Ooh, country. Cowboys, yeehaw. 'Tis the Christmas Spirit. We have Debbie McComber, and it looks like we have a couple more of her books in the back here. This one is Christmas Tree Lane. Those dogs look cute. We also have Christmas Miracle. And it looks like, we have some more Nora Roberts, Danielle Steele. We have some Veronica Mars, more Debbie McComber, and other books that I'm just not interested in. We also have another Christmas-themed book. We have Diana Palmer's White Christmas. I rearranged the top shelf because 'tis the season for the Christmas and holiday reads. We have those up top. And since I'm not taking anything, we're going to head on to our second and final stop. We have arrived to our second and last stop of the video. Fun fact about this little free library, there used to be a different little free library here. And then I think someone had bought the house, sold the house, bought the house. However, a little free library has returned once again. And it looks like there's a lot of children's and like short little chapter books. So I'm excited to see what's in there. I'm gonna go grab some books out of my little free library tote to add to their collection. And let's go check it out. Okay, so the first book that I am dropping off is going to be Late for the Library. And the second book, let me switch it out here. We have There Was a Cold Lady Who Swallowed Some Snow, which I remember these books growing up and they were just so much fun. And yes, I did reread this before. I am now donating it, and it is such a fun read. So we have a bunch of books in here perfect for a young reader audience. We have some of these like short I can read books over here. We got Barbie is a Pet Vet, Pinkalicious, and the Flower Fairy. We have Matt and Rags. Also A Day in the Life of a Chef. I wonder if Gordon Ramsay's in there.
Just put it back on the stove, put a lid on top, and 30 seconds cooking it. What do? You just making me mad.
We have Bravo, Amelia Bedelia, Romeo and Juliet, Toy Story. Up at the top here we have The Witch in the Wardrobe. We have a Guardians of the Galaxy book, and a couple more like chapter books. Over here we have The Giver. Some more of these step into reading books. We have like A Monster High, Sophia the First. We have Frozen. We're gonna place my reads right in the middle, just like that. And I don't see or need anything out of this little free library, so this concludes our stop. Now that I'm back home, I'm going to go into my collection that I cataloged on the Libib app, and I'm going to delete those books that I donated to the little free library so I know that they're no longer in my collection. And anyways, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me as we did some book shopping, hauling, cataloging, and also unhauling as we went to those two little free libraries. Let me know in the comment section down below, do you catalog your books that you plan to unhaul? Do you have a little free library tote? Let me know. And anyways, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay in the loop for my next little free library tour adventure. And I will see you next time for a new bookish video.